Feeds it off. Dunn out of the corner. That's going to be short. Rebound by Boggs. Boggs in the lane. Fakes it. Fires it. Good off the glass. Got the shooter's roll. Matt Boggs. Oaks lead 11-8. McGraw brings it back out front to Schonkweiler. Schonkweiler goes to Sloan. Long cross-court pass. McGraw down to Lumen and along the baseline. McGraw back out beyond the arc. With the drive, dips under the defender, and a traveling violation call. We'll turn it over to Oak Hill. Elsess to Trigger, inbounds to Dunn, double teamed along the sideline, tries to step, and he fouls. Tried to step through the double team, and Sloan took it away from him. Sloan, Schonkweiler, Lumen down near the corner. Lumen with the drive along the baseline, takes it back out front to McGraw for three. Nope. Rebound by Dunn. Dunn almost has it stripped away from behind, has the dribble, lost it, feeds it to Elsess. Elsess spins, tries to get away, brings it back to Dunn. Dunn feeds it off to White. White to Boggs, and let's see. Oaks call a timeout as they were getting close to the 10-second violation, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we're going to hold it right here with the Oaks leading 11-8. Both teams on this side. It'll be full court pressure by the Falcons. Elsess gets it into Boggs. Boggs will work on McGraw, looking for some help. Gets it, and it's stolen away. Lumen banks it off the glass. It's no good. Got it back, put it up and in. A whistle and a foul. That one's on McGraw. That will be the fourth team foul on the Falcons, who trail Oak Hill 11-10. Inbounds to Boggs, back to Elsess, back to Boggs. Boggs will get it back to Andy. Andy slows it up, has the dribble, takes it on the drive, has it knocked away from behind. That'll be Webster ball, I think. Yep. Checking back into the lineup will be Cottle. He comes in for Zimter. 6:14 to play here in the half. 11-10 Oaks by one. McGraw will try the three and connects. Gives Minford the 13-11 lead. And a whistle and a foul called on the Falcons. That will be the fifth team foul on Minford. Ryan Urian's going to check into the Oak Hill lineup for Mark Dunn. Falcons by 2. Boggs into the forecourt, and he has his pocket picked by McGraw. McGraw on the dribble drive. Let's see. They're going to call the foul on Boggs on the drive, but Minford's going to shoot the one-on-one with 5:50 to play. To extend the Falcon lead if he can make them both. Going to extend it whether he makes either one, but he missed the first one. Rebound gathered in by Elsess. Rayner brings it across the ribbon, feeds it off the Boggs. Over it comes to Andy on the near side. Andy will get it back to Urian. Ryan Urian with the dribble. Over on the far side, has it knocked away in there by number 32, Porter. But it'll stay with the Oaks, who trail by 2 with 5:34 to play here in the first half. Elsess will trigger along the sideline in the offensive court. Into Matt Boggs. Back to Andy. Andy fires it down inside. Stolen away by Porter. Porter on the dribble. Brings it back out front. Schonkweiler. Lob to Lumen. Went off the hands of McGraw to Lumen. Lumen on the dribble. Down to McGraw. McGraw back to Lumen. Outside the three-point arc. Here to the right of the key. Back to McGraw, drives baseline, checked there by Elsess, and a blocking foul called on Andy. Lumen will check out. LSS will check out. Nick Wright in for Oak Hill. 13-11, 5:08 to play. First free throw is good. If he makes this one, it'll be Minford's biggest lead, I think. And he made them both. 15-11, Falcons by 4. Pressure all over the floor by the Falcons. Rayner trapped in the corner along the baseline. And it's stolen away. McGraw, count it, and one. Oaks cannot handle the Minford press. Mangalaro with a little short jumper off the baseline. Will try to complete the three-point play, and does, and extends the lead to 18-11. Falcons by 7. Inbounds to Urian. Urian will bring it into the forecourt, but I think there's going to be a whistle and a foul called on the Falcons. Schunkwater. That will be the 6th team on Minford. Next foul will send Oak Hill to the free throw line for the one and maybe. Bianchi just checked back in for Andy Rayner. 4:55 to play. Oaks trail by 7. Nathan White. It's a 2, Urian. Urian lost it, goes and gets it. Urian on a whistle and a foul, and that's going to send him to the free throw line on the foul called against Porter. 4:46 to play. Ryan Urian for the 1 and 1. Got it. That's the first points for the Oaks since Matt Boggs got a put back off a rebound with 7:26 to play. Only the 3rd point scored by Oak Hill this period. Fortunately, they're still within striking distance at 18-13 after Urian made both shots. Schunkwater over to Porter. Down, Sloan spins, air ball, rebound by Nathan White. White pushes it into the forecourt, knocked away from behind by McGraw. McGraw will bounce it inside, stolen, but it was saved inbounds, but right to Sloan, who banked it in off the glass. And a whistle. And a timeout call by Oak Hill with 4:16 to play. And they called a timeout. Falcon pressure giving Oak Hill problems. Matt Boggs. Top of the circle. To Bianchi. White feeds it off in the lane. Line. Nick Wright put it up and in. First field goal. Only the 2nd field goal of the quarter. 20-15, a 5-point ball game. Wide open under the bucket. McGraw laid it in on the backdoor cut. Pressure all over the floor. Oaks beat it. Nathan White into the forecourt. Nathan White almost lost the ball. Still fighting for it. Gets it to Boggs. Matt throws it away. Porter read the pass. Took it down the lane. Laid it up. Missed it. And let's see who's going to come out of the pack with it. It's going to be Oak Hill ball. Andy Rayner will check in for Boggs. Nathan White. 3 players having. He gets it across, and he threw it too high for Rayner, out of bounds. Three players guarding him. That means that 2 players were guarding 4, so 2 had to be open somewhere. And he threw it over Rayner's head. McGraw for 3 out of the corner. That one short. Ball tipped by Lumen is no good. Rebound taken in there by Bianchi. Bianchi looking for help. Gets it to Andy Rayner, who'll bring it across the timeline. Bounces it over to Wright. Back out front. White with the shot. No good. Ball battled for over on the sideline. White comes up with it, drives into the lane, puts it up, no good off the glass. Rebound pulled down in there by Cottle. Cottle, or pass down underneath the bucket. McGraw, good off the glass. (24-15), Oaks down by 9. Nick Wright gets it back to White, to Rayner. And Rayner has his pocket picked. McGraw on the drive, lays it up and in, and count it, and he'll go to the line for a possible 3-point play with 2:13 to play. The Oaks with the free throw. It's good. It's 26-15. Oaks are down by 27-15. Oaks are down by 12. Andy Rayner tried to split the defense, was fouled. Ready to check into the lineup will be Lumen. He will come in for McGraw. Oaks are in the 1-on-1. Andy Rayner at the line. Short, and the ball goes out of bounds off Oak Hill. Nick Wright couldn't control it. Webster in for the Falcons. Lumen back out to Webster. Cottle, 12-footer in the lane is good. (29-15), Oaks down by 14. Rayner has the ball knocked away. It'll be Oak Hill ball. Mason White on the dribble, down the lane, and a whistle and a foul. White will shoot 2 with 1:41 to play here in the half. Oaks down by 14, 29-15. It was close until the early part of the second quarter. And the shot is no good. One-on-one situation. One-on-one situation. So it's Oak Hill ball. Oak Hill ball. Up. Now they get it correct. It was a 2-shot foul. So he will get another shot. .140 to play. The officials think it's funny, but they're supposed to be in control of this game. They're supposed to be the intelligent ones out there on the court, and Wright got the shooter's roll. 29-16. Lumen with the ball out front. 1.5 to play here in the half. Down to the corner it goes to Porter. Lob inside. Lumen. Porter got it. And a whistle, and a foul called on the Falcons. It's going to send Ryan Ure into the line for 2. The Oaks are in a double bonus. line. 1:17 left. Shooting 2. Schunkwaller ready to check back in. Urin's first toss is good. Lumen, Schunkwaller checked in for Porter. Urin's second toss is also good. 31-18. Oak Hill trails by 13. Minute and 14 to go. Lumen out front with the ball. Looking down inside. And Porter's going to be fouled by White, I think, or Wright. Nope, Rayner. Foul on Andy Rayner. He'll shoot 2 with 1:06 to go. Fouled in the act of shooting, missed the first one. Second shot, got it. 32-18, Falcons by 14. Nathan White, and he traveled, palmed the ball. I know what he wanted to do with that one. He wanted to throw it to Bianchi standing on the sideline, but then he caught the ball to throw it, and then all of a sudden Bianchi wasn't open, so he threw it, tried to dribble it, and was called with a travel, and we're going to get a foul called on Minford. That foul is going to be called on Porter, I think. Nope, foul called on number 22, Doddridge. Doddridge with the foul with 55 seconds to go. It'll be Rayner for 2 on the double bonus. First one's in and out. No good. Second one, also no good. Rebound pulled down in there by Webster. Schunkwaller brings it across the timeline on a dribble. Schunkwaller goes over to Doddridge, back to Schunkwaller. Lumen down inside. Webster banked it in off the glass. That was number 31, rather, Zimter. And another foul called on the Falcons. Oaks trail by 18. One of the officials coming over to say something to Coach Gary Harrison. I don't know if it's to do with the player on the court or what, but Andy Rayner at the line with 33 seconds to play. Missed 2 just a moment ago. Made the first one here. (34-19). He's bleeding. Player's bleeding, so he has to come out of the ball game. Matt Crabtree is going to check in for him, for Nick Wright. (33 seconds remaining. Rayner's already made one, waiting at the line for a second attempt to make it a 14-point ball game. 34-19 the score. And he's short on the second one. Rebound pulled down in there by Zimter. Schunkwaller into the forecourt. 25 seconds to play. Doddridge down to the baseline. Back up to Lumen. He'll fire it from about 17 feet out and hits. And a whistle and another foul on Minford. This one's on Doddridge. 12 seconds to play. This time it's Nick Wright at the line. Nathan White, rather. Shooting 2. First one's good. (36-20). And he missed the second one, but the rebound taken by Bianchi. Bianchi gets it back to White. White will hand the ball off to Andy Rayner. 6 seconds to play in the half. Rayner on the dribble, feeds it off. Urian for 3, won't go. That one is going to go out of bounds as the horn sounds your score. After 1/2 of play, they trail by 16. They'll have the ball starting in the third quarter. Elsess to trigger. Inbounds to White. White on the dribble drive. Lays it up. He missed the gimme. Rebound pulled down in there by Lumen. He hands it off to McGraw. Over the right side. Shot put up from three-point land by Porter is up and in. White into the forecourt with the dribble. Gets it to Elsess. Andy to Boggs. Minford in a man-to-man. Over to Rayner. Rayner goes to Boggs. Bounce to Elsess. Andy on the dribble. Lost the ball. Out of bounds off of Cottle. No-kill ball. Elsess will trigger. 39-20 Minford. 19-point deficit. Rayner had the ball taken right out of his hands by Lumen. Drive the other way. Porter banked it in off the glass. And a steal. Lumen lays it up and in. 43-20. Oaks are falling apart. Porter with a foul. Ryan, you're in to check in. These Falcons are getting nothing but confidence in the fact that they can just steal the ball right away from Oak Hill. All they got to do is reach in and do it. Lumen with a foul. The only thing that's going to keep them from doing it, continuing to do it, is if they get fouls. Like they've picked up 2 real quick fouls here. 7:02 to go. Second team foul on Minford here in the third quarter. We don't know how many fouls are on each player. Bianchi to trigger. 5-second violation will turn it over. It's got to be frustrating your coaching staff sitting on the sideline watching your team not even able to get it in bounds. And when they do get it in bounds, they just had the ball stripped right away from them. Cottle hits one off the baseline. Pressure all over the court. White into the forecourt. Has his pocket picked by Lumen. Lumen with the loose ball on the court. It'll be Minford ball on the alternating possession as they begin to pull away from Oak Hill. McGraw with the basketball. Down to the baseline to Lumen. Back out front to McGraw. Sloan. McGraw for 3. Got it. They're feeling it. They're feeling it. And almost another turnover. They do get another turnover. Lumen, or rather Cottle. Porter for 3. Nope. Whistle, foul. Let's see if this is on Oak Hill or nope. Foul called on number 42, Sloan, for Minford. That is the third team foul on the Falcons. They lead by 18, 48-20. Makes that, they lead by 28. White brings it into the forecourt. White with a bounce pass, but it's stolen away by McGraw. McGraw on the dribble into the forecourt for the Falcons. Feeds it down. Sloan off the baseline. Nope. Rebound White. He's double teamed along the baseline, comes out of the pack with it, fires it over to Bianchi. Bianchi on the dribble drive, stops, pops, missed it, rebound by O'Keel, put up no good off of White. It'll be Urian for three. That's no good off the back of the iron. Ball tipped away. Cottle looking for it, driving, and going for it, and he let it go. And fortunately for O'Keel, it went off of one of the Falcons, so it's O'Keel ball. Out front it goes to Rayner. Rayner over to Wright, back to Andy. Wright. That's Urian rather, backs it into the corner. And the ball ricochets around like a ping pong ball. Urian for Rayner for three, no good. Corralled by White. White on the dribble, down the lane, runner, he feeds it back out front to Urian, but that one's going to be stolen away. Pass into the forecourt, Sloan stops, banks it in off the glass. 52-20, Oaks down by 32. Urian to Bianchi. Bianchi off the baseline, fades and fires to the rim, won't go. Rebound, Cottle. Lumen, down court pass to a wide open Porter, lays it in off the glass. Dunn ready to check in, but not until the Oaks call a timeout as they find themselves down by 32 points. Back to action, Minford with the basketball after an O'Keel miss. Cottle fires it out front. McGraw on dribble, stops and pops off the wing. To the rim, won't go. Rebound, Sloan banked it in off the glass. 54-20. Falcons have backed off the press a bit. Mark Dunn for three. Nope. Minford ball. I don't know what happened, but Mark Dunn, official come and says something to Mark Dunn, so he's going to come out of the ball game right now. Somsel checks in for him. McGraw to Sloan. Cottle. Ball off his foot, picked up by Sloan. Porter for three. Nope. Rebound, foul on O'Keel. Bianchi over the back. Inbounds to Cottle. Sloan. Schunkwater. McGraw with a ball fake, penetrates, stops and pops an 8-footer. It's no good. Rebound taken in there by Bianchi, and Bianchi's going to be forced out of bounds, and it will be Minford ball. McGraw to Cottle. Cottle spins in the lane, and he's fouled. Cottle will be at the free throw line for 2 shots. First one's good. Oaks, 4 minutes and 35 seconds into this quarter, have not scored. Second toss is up and in, and it is 56-20. Oaks are down by 36. Somsel for just inside the mark, and that was Bianchi at the 3:18 mark. 56-22. McGraw. Pass down inside and a whistle and a foul. On Oak Hill. That will be on Nick Wright, I think. Yep. Zimpter will check back in for the Falcons. Comes in for Cottle. Sloan, McGraw out of the corner for three. Rebound Oak Hill. And he throws it away. Shot put up and in off the glass. Andy Rayner feeds it off to Urian. Urian to the baseline. Check there. Looking and throws it away. Throws it right to McGraw on the dribble drive the other way. He's hammered. Doesn't get the shot. Goes down hard under the bucket. He'll shoot two with 2:33 to play here in the third quarter. Second shot, good. 59-22. Falcons by 37. Bianchi to the baseline. Nick Wright. Nick Wright's pass is knocked up in the air but taken by Rayner. Rayner shovels it off in there to Somsel. Back to Rayner on the give and go. Rayner's shot is no good. Rebound pulled down by the Falcons. Shot pass underneath the bucket to Sloan, who banks it in off the glass. 61-22. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Bianchi on the drive, banked it in off the glass. Bianchi with the only 4 points for Oak Hill here in this quarter. Lob underneath the bucket to Doddridge. His shot is no good. Doddridge got it back. Whistle jump ball, alternating possession to Oak Hill. 1:38 to play in the third quarter, 61-24. Falcons. McGraw out. Checking in, number 12, Slusher. Andy Rayner walks the ball up the court under no pressure. On the dribble. Bianchi drives baseline. Back out to Urian. Urian doing a little dancing out there. All he has to do is dribble. Somsel. Somsel back to Urian. Rayner. Rayner lays it up and in off the glass. Schunkweiler. Shot put up, left-handed shot by number 20, Webster's no good. Rebound by Urian. He had it knocked away, but Bianchi picked it up. 50 seconds to play in the third quarter. And we're going to get a foul called on number 15, Schunkweiler. He runs into Ryan Urian. Ryan Urian wants to fight him. Nick Wright cools him off a little bit. Somsel to trigger. Lobs it inbounds to Rayner. 35 seconds to play in the period. Rayner on the dribble. Hands it off in there to Bianchi. Bianchi goes over to Wright. Urian. Urian swings it around to the free throw line. Feeds it off to Rayner. Rayner on the dribble. Bianchi outside the three-point line, puts it up, air ball, rebound Rayner on the opposite side. Has the ball stolen away from behind, pass into the forecourt to Schunkweiler, and Schunkweiler's going to be fouled by Bianchi. 14 ticks of the clock left. 61-26 Falcons. Friday night, we'll be back on the air. The Oaks will take on South Webster. Webster, one of the better teams in the league. Driving layup, put up and in by number 20 Webster. 63-26. If it goes, no. Your score after 3 periods of play, Minford 63. Heading into the final 8 minutes of basketball. Minford over Oak Hill by a score of 63-36. One game to report that's being played tonight, and let's see what we get. We're going to get a foul call on Oak Hill. It's against Minford for offensive foul. The Wellston Golden Rockets playing Trimble tonight in a makeup game. Trimble 73, Wellston 39. So they're not having any better luck than Oak Hill is. Matter of fact, they're getting beat by about the same amount. So Rayner with the basketball for Oak Hill. Rayner almost has his pocket pick, feeds it inside. You're in, drives, lays it in. (63-28). Do the Oaks have a miracle in them? I doubt it. I'll call it right now. Outcome not in doubt, only the final score, although the Oaks have just got another turnover. But then the Oaks turn it right back over. They have a tendency whenever they see the ball laying on the floor, instead of just reaching down and picking it up, they try to dribble it while it's rolling around. You can pick it up and catch it and then dribble. Three-point attempt by number 12, Schlusser, up and in. (66-23). Bianchi is fouled from behind. That'll be the 6th team foul on Minford. Oaks will be one away from going to the charity stripe for the bonus with 6:49 to play here in the third quarter. Kill ball. You're in. Fires it up from about 12. Won't go. Rebound Falcons. Whistle foul. That'll be the 6th team on Oak Hill, so it'll be Minford ball. Foul on Somsel. Girls will be in action tomorrow night at Valley. Boys will be back here Friday against Webster. Then the girls Saturday travel to Pickerington to play in and a three-point shot again put up by number 12 Schlusser, this time from the left of the key to make it 69-28. Oaks will try to answer. Shot up no good. Matt Crabtree had the ball, lost it, got it back, put it up, and count it. He'll go to the line for a possible three-point play the old-fashioned way. 6:21 to play. 69-30. Oaks trail. .6:21 remaining. And it's good, 69-31. Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Minford Falcons. 6:16 remaining in the ball game. Some of the Oak Hill fans leaving. Pass inbounds. Shot put up no good. Rebound Matt Crabtree. Nathan White throws it away. Ryan Urin fell down. Shot put up no good. Ryan Urin gets the rebound. He's fouled. He's going over the back. Is number 33, Eric Newberry. That will be the 7th team foul on the Falcons, and Ryan Urin's going to walk the other way and go to the line for the one and maybe. Matt Boggs ready to check in for the Oaks. Matt been on the bench a while. Ryan Urin, line right. in and out. Rebound Minford. Webster over here on the near side. Shot put up by Doddridge is no good. Rebound Matt Crabtree. Nathan White will bring it up. Nathan White to the line, to the lane. Whistle foul before the shot. Nathan White will shoot the one-on-one with 5:41 to play. Ball check in. Oaks just need to play a little summer ball. Ryan Urian's free throw is no good. That goes off of Newberry. It'll be Oak Hill ball. Eric Evans checking in for Oak Hill. He will come in for Somsel. Eric Evans has hit his last 2 shots from the field. In the 2 games he's appeared in, he's taken 2 shots and he's 100%, I think. I don't remember him missing one. White to Boggs. Boggs won't waste any time. Oh, he threw it down underneath to Matt Crabtree, who turned his back. Matt Crabtree saw Boggs leave his feet, figured he was going to shoot it, turned his back. Matt threw it to Boggs, or rather to Crabtree. He didn't see it. Doddridge on the dribble. Doddridge shot blocked by Crabtree, but they call a foul. Andy Elsess will check back into the Oak Hill lineup. Both teams will be in a bonus the rest of the way. First one's good. Elsess to check back in. Bianchi will come out. Second toss by Doddridge is good. 71-31. Oaks down by 40. Matt Boggs. Eric Evans. Ball knocked out of bounds. Oak Hill ball. 5:17 remaining. Been a long, long quarter. And probably going to be longer. Matt Boggs to Eric Evans, who's fouled. So Trey will go to the line for the 1-and-1. That is the 9th team foul on Falcons. So Trey will go to the line. Only 3 ticks of the clock gone. Trey has to have the first one. And it's an air ball. Falcon ball. Shot put up and in by Newberry. 73-31. Nathan White. Ball stripped. Minford ball. Pass down under the bucket. They save it in bounds, but it goes to Matt Boggs. Matt Boggs on the dribble to the line, to the lane. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Oak Hill, I think. Nope. They say it's off the Oaks. 4:36 to go. Four and a half minutes to play in the ball game. Newberry back out front to Doddridge. Doddridge, 15-footer. Nope. Rebound Matt Crabtree. Nathan White. White out to Boggs, out on beyond the arc, back to White. Matt Crabtree with the ball. Nope, that's Elsess to Boggs. Boggs, nope, but a foul. Matt will shoot 2. 3:59 to go. Foul called on Newberry. Boggs will shoot 2. First one's good. Second one also good. 73-33. Newberry, nope, air ball, rebound Matt Boggs. Matt Boggs across the ribbon on the drive, down right of the lane, shot fires up a 12-footer on the run, in and out, no good. Rebound Newberry, gets the ball off in there to Schlusser. Down court pass, fading and firing Doddridge, no good, air ball, rebound Matt Boggs. 3.5 minutes to play in a ball game. Boggs goes over to Elsess. Andy will hold and look. Andy on the dribble. Andy is fouled. Foul called on number 20, Webster. Andy will shoot 2 with 3:19 to play. And if I'm not mistaken, Andy will be looking for his first points of the night. Got it. Got the pair. 73-35. Oaks down by 38. White knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with Minford. 3:13 to go in the game. Somebody's got to take it out of bounds. Newberry. Doddridge for 3. Nothing but net. 76-35. Oaks trail by 41. 3 minutes to play. Matt Boggs. Around the Trey pick. Trey on the give and go. Or pick and roll, no good. Rebound battled for. Traveling violation. 2 Oaks with the ball. Minford will take possession with 2:47 to play. Leading 76-35. Minford is going to go to 3-5 on the season, 2-2. Oak Hill will fall to 2-7 and 1-3. Price. Webster. Nope. Rebound Doddridge. Back up. Whistle. Foul. Let's see. Nope. Traveling violation call. 2:35 remaining. White, bounce down underneath, putting it up and in Matt Crabtree for his first 2 points of the ball game. From the field, that is. Nope, that's points number 5 for him. He completed a 3-point play earlier. With the basketball is Doddridge. Fires it down to Newberry. Newberry on the dribble. Newberry's shot is up. Whistle. They say the Oaks partially blocked it, so with 2:06 to play, Minford will maintain possession. Taking it out of bounds will be Schlusser. No Price. Inbounds to Newberry. Blocked by Crabtree. Picked up in there by Boggs. Matt on the dribble. Matt on the drive. Right of the lane. And his shot is blocked by Price. Down court pass. Schlusser on the drive. Lays it up and in off the glass. 1:50 to play. Has his pocket picked by Schlusser, and then Boggs gets it right back. Trey knocked that one away. Good defensive play there by Trey. 1:25 on a moving clock. Elsess holding and looking. Matt Crabtree top of the circle. Matt Boggs 3 off the left wing. That's an air ball. Rebound pulled down in there by Webster. Webster will bring it into the forecourt. Feeds it off in there to Doddridge. Doddridge picked it up along the baseline, feeds it out. Newberry from 15, good. 80-37 with a minute to play. Minute to play as the Oaks bring it across the timeline, walking it up under no pressure. Matt Boggs on the dribble and has his ball knocked away from behind, but he gets it back, shovels it off to Crabtree, who drives, lays it up, no good. Rebound by Elsess. Let's see. Elsess, no. Urine will come. White will come out with a pack. 18-footer. Nope. And the rebound pulled down in there by Price. Price will take it up for Webster. For Minford. Down inside. Doddridge's shot is blocked by Elsess, taken by Boggs. 25 seconds. 80-37, Minford. Boggs on the dribble and has his pocket picked, and then he turns and fouls. And then Boggs gives Doddridge a shove. 2 more Falcons bump into him. And he's going to walk off the court. Rayner's going to check in his place. No sense getting mad. Schlusser's free throw is no good. Rebound LSS. 17 seconds remaining. Nathan White. Feeds it off to Andy. Andy back to White. Over to Crabtree. Matt will swing it over to LSS. LSS, they don't get a shot off. Your final score. The mighty Minford Falcons 80 and the Oak Hill Oaks